essentially, Judge Sion and I are here. I think you know that we were here a couple months ago, and there was an approval of a part-time staff, a part-time clerk for our department pursuant to our budget. We are budgeted for 2 part-times. When Judge Sion and myself were here last time, we indicated that we would do all that we could to survive and make a go of the workload with only one, and we have done that up until now. But I've had Isabel doing tallies. She's the chief clerk in our court, and monitoring the workload. And apparently, from the quick numbers I did here, it looks like our increase in our vehicle and traffic from October, November, December, we're going between like 260 to 270 or so. I have the exact numbers now. If you're looking at the first 3 months of this year, we're up to the 450, 500 range. Our volume has increased, and as you know, we were already shorthanded when we told you that we would only take the 1 clerk. It was necessary at that point for us to have 2 clerks. What's happening now is it's absolutely imperative that we have another part-time clerk. Our phone coverage has become difficult. We have 2 incoming lines. I've changed the phone system to help accommodate all of the phone calls that we have. We will have to add another line in order to accommodate the people that are coming to our courts and the amount of workload that we have. Problem is, I put 1 more phone line and I don't have the hands for it. Therefore, that becomes a problem there with being able to handle all of our volume, because we also have the window. That's a constant issue throughout the day.
Let me see if I can weigh in on this. The phone system, let's still talk about that by itself, because that's a major, major problem within the community of your customers. And this is a recap that Val put together along with the police department on calls. I got a call last week, and I told the person, well, I'll take this right up to the court. So on the way, I stopped in an office and I dialed the number. Okay? And the number, I got a busy signal.
Right.
So I went right up, within about 4 seconds I was at the office. There were no customers, three people working, no phones ringing, nobody on the phone. And so I think you need to audit this phone system. Something's not working with this phone system. And all of this is a consequence, I think, of it not working.
Well,
not the people to answer the phone because there's nobody on the phone.
Well, I will tell you this. I've called, we've all called. It is difficult getting through. They've logged the calls, but it is a new system. And I have somebody coming in, because this has been brought to my attention in the last week or so. You and I had a discussion here where somebody faxed the office. So we've addressed it, and we're looking. I changed it over to have it busy because the customers were complaining they couldn't get through and leave a message. If they leave a message, it's difficult for us to call them back. And most of the time, they're people that haven't responded in a timely manner, nor have they done what is necessary for them to do to be in the court. So what I have done now is I've told Isabel to call the people who installed the phone, and what we will do is a ready and wait. Hello, you have reached the town of Goshen Justice Court. Your call will be answered within the time, within the appropriate time, or in the order in which it was received.
That will certainly help.
So I think that's where we're going to go with that, because busy at first I thought would work, but that's not working for us. And somebody from the state tried to get in touch with us also.
That's the one who talked to me.
Yeah.
I didn't know it at the time.
Well, but let me, I spoke to her, and her answer was she wanted to come here to you tonight. She had a terrible problem as to why I'm understaffed, and I said that Judge Sion and I could handle it. So the state person has already been in touch with me, and I requested from her. I had a very lengthy conversation with her. In fact, she doesn't even like the solution of your call will be answered within the time frame. She indicated that to me on the phone, and I said, Deborah, we are working with this as best we can. And she said, please, I will come this evening. I told her I was on the agenda, and I requested, please, we do not need the state to intercede for us. Judge Sion and I will be there and we will present our argument that we do not have enough staff.
I just try to get something.
Please.
Just to help you out with the phone. I called a few times just to, and I just want to give you some information what I think you should do.
Okay.
Based on,
We're open to suggestions.
no, I was calling just to act like I was a customer, all right? When Chaz is the one that gives the message.
Right,
Chaz.
we've changed it, but yes.
You changed it already?
We've changed it about 3 or 4 times in the last 3 to 4 months, trying to get the phones
The
resolved.
latest one, I just want to tell you, the latest one Chad answers, but what happens here, because I've called other municipalities to hear how they answer the phone.
We have 2.
All right, good. What's happening is Chaz says hello, says where he's at and so forth. I mean, where Goshen Town Hall is and the zip and the phone number and so forth. And if you want to get a hold of somebody, he sort of says, he doesn't give extensions at this point, all right? And then after his spiel, he says, thank you. And there's a pause for 7.5 seconds. So he says thank you. If I was on the phone, thank you means the conversation is over, all right? It isn't over. You wait another 7.5 seconds, then he starts up and says, if you want to contact the, you have it broken down, I think, in 3 categories. You want the clerk or this or that,
Right, right.
dial this, this, and this.
Right.
What I'm trying to say to you right now, a lot of the complaints can be just that they can't leave a message because he doesn't say that. Secondly, that pause of 7.5 seconds, Kim, and him saying thank you, the people are hanging up because I did hang up.
We can shorten that. I've changed the
No,
message.
what I'm trying to say-
I can do that for sure. We've been on, that makes sense. If there's such a long pause, I don't want people to get confused.
And he shouldn't even say thank you. Thank you should be after it's all over, if you know what I'm saying. Because I hung up and I said, something's not right here. He says if you know your extension, because he does say that in the first part, please dial it now and so forth. But I say, how could somebody dial the extension if they don't know what it is? And then he says, thank you. 7.5 seconds go by, and then he continues to say that a different, with the extensions and so forth. But by that time, I hung up.
But you hung up. Yeah, I mean, we can change.
I'm just trying to give you helpful.
No,
All this just underscores the point that we need additional staff. That's it. The phones aren't being answered, then the work isn't being done as far as inputting the particular information. And we need to put in the information and get the bills out. Understand that not too much. It's to benefit of the town that the money's flows as quickly as the town is coffers as possible. So, anytime you have a cog in the wheel in the system, it slows everything down. And bottom line is, these 2 positions are in the town budget, so it's not like we're asking for positions. I think the reason why we didn't get it last time was a moratorium or something.
Still is, still is. And I think what we're talking about are 2 different things. We're talking about staffing in a moment. I think what we're talking about, the frustration with that liaison lady and with these things here, I think is a direct reflection of the phone system
Oh, yeah. That's,
not working and
well, that has to be looked into.
Okay.
and has to be fixed.
Well, I will tell you this. We come in 4th in the county, and with respect to the amount of work that's
Is that dollars
generated.
or,
Yeah,
is that dollars?
That's the way it's done.
that's how it's done.
Dollars, okay. Dollars is reflected in the amount of work we do, so.
Okay.
When-
What busiest, court.
Court in
county.
Orange County.
The 54th busiest in the entire state. There's something like 1,600.
That I have it. Because I just want to make the point, because I think the issues are the